What is up, gamers? Welcome back to the Hennybo Bridge channel. Today, for the first time on the channel, also this is the comeback. I'm not sure if this is going to be the only video of this entire year, but this is the comeback, okay? So brace yourselves. But today, for the first time ever, and this was my original plan for the channel, I'm going to tell a story. Because something about me is I got a lot of stories to tell. And this happened right at the end. Yeah, I guess right at the end of summer. Yeah, right before school, end of summer. Here we go. Maybe 8 months ago at this point. I don't even know. But yeah, okay. So my friend, they hit me up. They're like, yo, we want to throw a party tonight at this park. You should come by. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I go, it's just regular. People threw parties at this park all the time. It was kind of just the place to be every weekend. It's pretty embarrassing to talk about it now just because everyone has shameful moments from here. But this is not a story of shame. This is a story of, he's going to win, but it's fine. I can make one of these. This is a story of fear. This party was completely dry. I was like, damn, this is super boring. I'm leaving. I'm going to go hit up my friend. I'm getting out of here. So I stand up. My friend asks me, they're like, yo, are you driving? And I'm like, yeah, I drove here. And that's important to remember for later. So anyway, I'm walking out of the park. This is a pretty big park, so it took me kind of a while to get out of the party area, picnic area. And I walk past these two gentlemen, and they are both smoking and just they just look like they're just relaxing, hanging out, having a talk away from the party, how teenagers are. And so I didn't really think anything of it. I walk past them and I start hearing footsteps behind me, and I'm like, oh nah. I just had a bad feeling, you know what I'm saying? I need to trick this kid. I had a bad feeling. So anyway, I walk, they walk, they're behind me. I'm like, oh lord, this is terrifying. And next thing you know, footsteps start getting painfully close. I'm just don't know what to do. I kind of freeze up in this moment. And next thing you know, they start running towards me. I'm like, okay, this just got hella real. And I completely freeze up. Because in my mind, if they're robbing me, they're just gonna threaten me, oh, give me your stuff. I only had not that much on me, so I probably could have completely gotten out of it. And people don't even really take phones from people at this point, because it's just useless, because if you deactivate it, and it's also a tracking device, it's pretty useless to take a phone. I wasn't really worried if they were gonna do that, so I kind of just froze up instead of running. Oh wow, that was awfully smart, but didn't really work out for him. My bridge, I still have the game sense in me, but oh my god, I cannot do anything else. Oh, that was alright. Oh, come on. Next thing you know, there's an arm around my neck. Fat, hairy arm. I'm getting choked, and I'm getting hit in the stomach. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? It's just I'm freaking out, and before I know it, in 5 seconds, I'm out, oh. Damn, that was clean. I'm out of consciousness, I mean. And, yeah, that was it for a while. And so, I'm just sitting on the park floor. Oh, come on. I'm just sitting on the park floor, knocked out, and I start seeing white lights. And I'm like, I see white lights. Sorry, I'm like sweating now. I don't want to lose this game. Oh. Easy. Anyway, I see white lights. Sorry for the pause. And I am thinking about the friend that I was originally planning to go see because the party was so boring. And so I'm like, and I see like a vision of him. And in this white light area, I was so satisfied. I was so calm and so relaxed, and like my mind was so at ease. And it was like I could think, but like in a vegetable way. Like I felt completely I felt completely just like out of it, I guess. And it was such a bizarre feeling. I do not know how to describe it, but it really felt like what they say like heaven feels like, you know? Imagine. Oh my god. And I was just like, well, you know, in life how like you have to have contrast to like feel emotions like heavily. And so, but it was as if like it was so calming that I would never even need to like feel anything, like experience another like, oh my god, like, experience sadness to like be able to like be happy again. And I don't know, it sounds like so stupid when I explain it to people, but like that's really how it felt. Like it just felt like a bizarre place where everything was just like amazing. And then it slowly started getting gray and the light started to fade, and I was just like starting to come to my senses a little bit, starting to like feel the tips of my fingers, and I was like kind of starting to see the outline of like the trees. And before I know it, I can fully like feel my body, and I fully like remember all my thoughts, and I'm like so out of it. I'm like, okay, why am I laying down? Where the heck am I? Like, I knew who I was, you know, I wasn't completely like out of it, but I was just so confused. And then I instantly realized, I was like, oh, that's what just happened. And I'm like at this park, and I just got knocked out and robbed. And then I start running as fast as I can. I hear like laughter behind me, which made me even more scared because I was like, what? They're still here? And then, you know, to this day, I don't know whether that was them or what that was, but I thought it was laughter from them. And then I'm running, like my pants are like falling off because like they like well, this is a little embarrassing, but they pulled my pants down, so there's that. But yeah, my pants are falling down, and I'm just like trying to get out of here. And then I realize I still have my phone, but I don't have my car keys. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, is my car gone? So I run by my car. I don't try to go up to it because I'm like, maybe they're hiding by it and or something like that. And so I'm like, come on, get the hell out of here, bro. And so I just run past the car. Come on, you're not winning this race, buddy. Well, now you are. Run past the car. I jump into someone's backyard because I'm trying to like hide out. And then I'm like, damn. Wow, that was a play. and I call like my parents, I call the police, and like my dad came to the park. He was ready to go up in there and like kill somebody. It was so funny. Oh man. And then like the full like police force of like my entire like neighborhood shows up, and it's just like such an insane scene. And you know, they put like these things on like my shoulders to like check my vitals and stuff, and it was just so odd. I felt completely like, I didn't even feel like scared or anything like that. I was kind of just like trying to process it. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of that part of the story. But then I remembered. I was like, you can get a free W. Okay. I was like, wait, they stole my car keys. And so I was like, why is my car still here? And then I remembered. I was like, oh my god, it's stick shift. And then I call my friend who was at the party still. Yeah, they were still at the party, because they didn't even know that any of this had happened, because it was like happened away from the party. And I was like, oh my god. So I called them and I was like, yo, like all this stuff just happened. And then they were freaking out, and I realized like people thought I was missing. Like people were like putting like stuff on their story that I was like missing, and like calling each other. My friends were like freaking out. I was like, nah, I'm all good. And then she tells me, she's like, yeah, that guy, he was acting super weird. He came back to the party, and he was asking everybody if they knew how to drive stick. And I was like, no way. That is way too funny. Like, this person knocked me out. They tried to steal my car, and they did not know how to drive. I hit legend, whatever. And they did not know how to drive it. And it made me realize, like, wow. I don't know the new maps, bro. It made me realize, like, wow. Like, that's like the best anti-theft of all time. And I was just like, wow, having a stick car saved me. Like, what I at first like thought was such like a hindrance to me, because it was like so like hard at first to drive it. Oh, by the way, I got a 2002 Bug Eye WRX. Pretty snazzy, you know. Oh god, this is atrocious. I've lost like all competence in this game. Where the hell does this map take me? Okay. And ever since like this has happened, like I've heard so many different rumors. Like I've heard a version of this story where the guy, what the frick? Where the guy is in my passenger seat with his friend, like, what's it called, on YouTube looking up tutorials. And then I heard a version where they were like trying and just like kept stalling out, so they just like had to run. And I don't know, like everyone tells me like, oh my god, everyone tells me like what they've heard, and it's all just like, it's so like hilarious. And the other thing that's funny too is like, you know, obviously like this event did make me very like paranoid, but like at the end of the day, it really didn't affect me like very much. Like it was kind of just like a whoa, like that happened, you know. But you know, at the end of the day, like for a while, like I could get extensions on like whatever I needed, and I was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, like telling my teachers, who are so like, you know, they're beautiful people, but you know, I was like capping. I was like, you know, like this traumatic event has occurred in my life, and this is a time where I may need, you know, extra work. And they were so supportive. And you know, like there actually were times, you know, I won't lie, where I was like, oh man, like I'm hella stressed right now. And it wouldn't even be about like that. It could just be about like, you know, some random 17-year-old stuff, and I would be like needing an extension. Oh, come on. And then that like the situation. Low-key, like, was just so plug at that time because I could just, like, kind of use it. But I never abused it. Like, that happened a minute ago. Like, I don't talk about that anymore. Like, you know, if I need an extension, like, I better have a valid reason now. But I don't know. It's just like, it's just so funny. Like, every time I tell this story, they just die laughing when I tell them that the reason that my car is still in my possession is because they didn't know how to drive stick. Like, that is such, like, a joke to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's way too funny. Oh. Oh. Little did he know. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make this video. I didn't like. I just like. I didn't even have that story in mind when I pressed the record button. I was just like, I gotta tell a story. And that happened to me like most recently, I guess. Out of like other cool stories I have. I kind of dragged it on for a long time, but I hope I explained the heaven part well, cause I don't know, you know, like I feel like Storytime YouTube is like, it's definitely like a skill, you know, like, ooh, I got that hit, you didn't, that's why I took that W right there. Storytime YouTube, it's definitely like a skill, you know. I have a lot of respect for those people back in the day that were grinding these out, you know, big hitters in the game like Tana Mongoose and stuff like that. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I don't know. I really like this style of YouTube, and I just like making YouTube videos in general. I have so many good memories of like talking to you guys and just like bonding with people over a bridge and like making friends over the internet. And you know, that's like a part of my life that I've totally like left in the past and stuff. And I'm also like happy that I'm like comfortable sharing my face now too. That's something that's like cool. And, like, you know, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this. I'm still just going on. I guess I like sitting in the YouTube chair, and it's like it's weird, you know. It kind of feels like I'm hesitating to end the video because I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna make a video again for a long time. I should just drag this one out. But nah, I'll make another video soon, and it'll be a more like concrete story. It's just so hard to like, cause I'm so like honestly like rusty at bridge now, and to like play it while telling a story, it's like brain fried. It's also late too. Like I low-key did this just so that I could get more tired for bed. God, I'm hiccuping. Yeah, it's bedtime. I gotta go to school tomorrow. All right, guys. Love you all very much. Thank you for 340 subscribers too. Jesus, like, you guys are awesome. Seriously. All right, well, love all you guys. Have a great night.